Have you ever felt like you're running on fumes, pushing through each day with a weight you can't quite name? Maybe it's a constant hum of anxiety, a shadow of sadness that clings to you, or the crushing weight of expectations you can't seem to meet. It's that feeling of being stretched too thin, of trying to hold everything together while quietly crumbling inside. We often tell ourselves to just keep going, to be strong, to power through. But what happens when powering through becomes impossible? What happens when the dam finally breaks? We live in a world that often glorifies resilience, but rarely acknowledges the messy, painful process of getting there. We see the highlight reels of success, the triumphant stories of overcoming adversity, but we rarely witness the raw, unfiltered struggles that paved the way. And when we find ourselves face to face with our own breaking points, we can feel isolated, ashamed, and utterly alone. We might start to believe that we're weak, that we're failing, that everyone else has it figured out. But the truth is, everyone struggles. Everyone has moments where they feel like they're drowning. And sometimes, those moments are precisely what we need to find our way back to shore. This isn't just another story about mental health. It's an invitation to explore the transformative power of those breaking points. It's a journey into the heart of human resilience, a testament to the fact that even in our darkest moments, we are capable of profound healing and growth. We'll be looking at the moments when life throws you a curveball, when you're forced to confront your deepest fears and insecurities, when the carefully constructed facade you've built begins to crumble. These are the moments that can define us, but they don't have to break us. Think about a time when you felt truly overwhelmed. A time when you felt like you were at your limit. What were the circumstances? What were the thoughts and feelings that consumed you? What did you do to cope? Perhaps you turned to unhealthy habits, isolating yourself from loved ones, or simply numbing the pain with distractions. Or maybe you reached out for help, seeking therapy, confiding in a friend, or simply allowing yourself to feel the full weight of your emotions. Whatever your experience, know that you are not alone. Your struggles are valid, and your feelings are real. This is about understanding that your breaking point isn't an end, but a beginning. It's a catalyst for change, an opportunity to redefine your life on your own terms. It's about embracing your vulnerability, acknowledging your pain, and discovering the strength that lies within you. It's about learning to navigate the labyrinth of mental health, transforming personal struggles into beacons of hope, and emerging stronger and wiser on the other side. It's about finding the breakthrough hidden within the breakdown. To truly understand how a breaking point can become a breakthrough, we must delve into the psychology underpinning such transformations. It's not merely about positive thinking or sheer willpower. Rather, it involves a fundamental rewiring of our cognitive and emotional processes. Think of it as the mind's adaptive response to overwhelming stress, a forced evolution driven by the imperative to survive and, eventually, thrive. The initial collapse often stems from a mismatch between our internal resources and the external demands placed upon us. This imbalance can trigger a cascade of negative thoughts, feelings, and behaviors, leading to a state of crisis. However, contained within this crisis is an opportunity for profound self-discovery. Consider the analogy of a pressure cooker. As pressure mounts, the vessel is at risk of explosion. Yet, the very heat and confinement that threaten destruction also facilitate a process of transformation. The ingredients within, initially separate and distinct, meld together, creating something entirely new and often more flavorful. Similarly, the intense pressure of a breaking point can force us to confront aspects of ourselves that we've long avoided or suppressed. Perhaps it's a deep-seated fear of failure, a toxic relationship pattern, or an unfulfilling career path. These buried truths, once brought to the surface, can be addressed and ultimately integrated into a more authentic and resilient self. A crucial element in this process is the concept of cognitive restructuring, a core principle in cognitive behavioral therapy, CBT. This involves identifying and challenging negative or distorted thought patterns that contribute to our emotional distress. For instance, someone experiencing burnout might be plagued by thoughts like, "I have to do everything perfectly," or "If I don't work constantly, I'm worthless." Through CBT techniques, they can learn to reframe these thoughts, recognizing that perfection is unattainable and that their value as a person is not contingent on their productivity. This shift in perspective can significantly reduce stress and create space for healthier coping mechanisms. Another vital aspect is the role of emotional regulation. When we're overwhelmed, our emotions can feel like a tidal wave, threatening to engulf us entirely. Learning to manage these emotions effectively is essential for navigating the breaking point and emerging stronger. This doesn't mean suppressing or denying our feelings, but rather acknowledging them, understanding their origins, and developing strategies for processing them in a constructive way. Techniques such as mindfulness meditation, deep breathing exercises, and expressive writing can be invaluable tools in this process, allowing us to create a buffer between ourselves and our emotions, preventing them from overwhelming us. Furthermore, it's important to acknowledge the impact of attachment styles on our response to breaking points. Individuals with secure attachment tend to have a greater capacity for resilience, as they feel comfortable seeking support from others and trusting in their ability to cope. Conversely, those with insecure attachment styles may struggle to reach out for help, fearing rejection or abandonment. Understanding your attachment style can provide valuable insights into your relationship patterns and help you develop healthier ways of connecting with others, building a stronger support network that can sustain you through challenging times. Therefore, the transformation of a breaking point into a breakthrough is not a passive occurrence, but an active process of self-discovery, cognitive restructuring, emotional regulation, and the development of secure attachments. It requires courage, vulnerability, and a willingness to challenge our own limiting beliefs. But the rewards are immeasurable: a deeper understanding of ourselves, a greater capacity for resilience, and a more fulfilling and authentic life. Reflecting on this journey so far, it's clear that the human experience, particularly concerning our mental well-being, isn't a linear progression but more akin to navigating a complex, ever-shifting landscape. The terrain may be fraught with unexpected valleys of despair and towering peaks of anxiety, yet within this very unpredictability lies the potential for profound transformation. It's not simply about avoiding the pitfalls or scaling the heights, but rather learning to read the map, understanding the weather patterns of our inner world, and developing the tools to traverse whatever comes our way. Think of it as learning to sail. The ocean surface may appear calm and inviting at times, but beneath lies a powerful current, capable of sweeping us off course. A skilled sailor doesn't fight against the current, but rather harnesses its energy, using it to propel them forward. Similarly, in our mental health journey, we can learn to harness the energy of our difficult emotions, using them as fuel for growth and self-discovery. The breaking point, then, is not the storm that sinks the ship, but the catalyst that forces us to learn how to navigate more skillfully. Drawing these strands together, we see a common thread: the power of perspective. It's not the event itself that defines us, but rather our interpretation of it. The same breaking point that shatters one person can forge resilience in another. It's about recognizing that we have the agency to choose how we respond to adversity, to reframe our challenges as opportunities for growth, and to cultivate a sense of hope even in the face of despair. This isn't about denying the pain, but about finding meaning within it. In light of these insights, the path forward becomes clearer, one paved with self-compassion, mindful awareness, and a willingness to embrace our vulnerability. It's a path that requires us to shed the armor of perfectionism, to silence the inner critic, and to cultivate a deep sense of acceptance for ourselves, flaws and all. It's a path that leads us not to a destination of perfect happiness, but to a more authentic, resilient, and fulfilling life. As we pivot towards the final reflection, consider the cumulative effect of these intertwined ideas. It's a symphony of self-discovery, where the dissonant chords of trauma and adversity resolve into a harmonious melody of healing and growth. It is the story of the seed pushing through the earth, the bud opening into a flower. It is a testament to the enduring power of the human spirit to not only survive, but to thrive, even in the most challenging of circumstances. It is the ability to transform the lead of suffering into the gold of wisdom, compassion, and unwavering self-belief. The real truth is this: we are all, in some way, works in progress. Life, with its unpredictable currents, is constantly reshaping us, sometimes gently, sometimes with the force of a tidal wave. The breaking point, that moment of apparent collapse, isn't a sign of failure, but a stark reminder of our shared humanity. It's a universal experience, an initiation into a deeper understanding of ourselves and the world around us. To believe otherwise is to deny the very essence of what it means to be alive, to embrace the full spectrum of human emotion, both light and shadow. Imagine a tapestry, woven with threads of joy, sorrow, love, and loss. The dark threads, the ones representing our struggles and heartaches, might seem like imperfections, blemishes that detract from the overall beauty. But in reality, it is these very threads that give the tapestry its depth, its texture, its unique character. Without them, the tapestry would be flat, lifeless, devoid of any true meaning. Our breaking points are those dark threads, the moments that challenge us, shape us, and ultimately make us who we are. This isn't about romanticizing suffering, or suggesting that pain is somehow inherently good. It's about recognizing that adversity can be a powerful catalyst for growth, a crucible in which our character is forged. It's about finding the courage to face our demons, to acknowledge our vulnerabilities, and to emerge from the darkness stronger, wiser, and more compassionate. It's about transforming our scars into badges of honor, symbols of our resilience and our unwavering commitment to healing. So, what now? What do we take away from this exploration of breaking points and breakthroughs? Perhaps it's a renewed sense of self-compassion, a deeper understanding of our own emotional landscape, or a greater appreciation for the power of human connection. Maybe it's a commitment to prioritize our mental well-being, to seek help when we need it, and to cultivate a more mindful and balanced way of living. Whatever it is, let it be a starting point, a foundation upon which we can build a more authentic, resilient, and fulfilling life. The true practice begins now, in the quiet moments of reflection, in the everyday acts of self-care, and in the courageous choices we make to live our lives on our own terms. It's a journey, not a destination, a continuous process of learning, growing, and evolving. And as we navigate the inevitable ups and downs of life, let us remember that even in our darkest moments, we are never truly alone. We are all connected, bound together by our shared humanity, and capable of extraordinary resilience.